Show everybody. Today, Ukrainian authorities delivered a major ultimatum to pro-Russian separatists occupying official buildings in the east of that country. Get out within 48 hours or we will force you out. It is the latest response to mounting Russian activities within Ukraine. A new report out today suggests that U.S. intelligence agencies may have detailed evidence that Russia is amassing the forces needed for a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, and aren't sharing that information with Ukraine. Congressman Mike Turner of the House Armed Services Committee told the Daily Beast, quote, "It is clear that we're not giving Ukrainians critical military advice about the Russian capability on their border and the best utilization of the Ukrainian military to counter that." Joining me now to look at all of this and whether we need to be doing more to assist Ukraine at this time is Congressman Adam Schiff, who is a member of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence and who just returned from Ukraine. Thank you so much, Congressman.
You bet. Good to be with you.
So off the bat, do we in fact have intelligence about Russian troop movements, and would it help Ukrainians that we're not sharing?
We certainly have intelligence about Russian troop movements, and that intelligence is very alarming. Russia has everything it needs to move into Ukraine on a moment's notice. I do think that we ought to provide stronger cooperation to Ukraine, and I've urged our administration to do exactly that. There are concerns, obviously, that Ukraine, in many respects of its government and elsewhere in the country, is penetrated by Russian intelligence agencies, so we have to be careful what we share that doesn't disclose sources and methods of our intelligence gathering. But even with those limitations, I think there's a lot we can do to help Ukraine prepare, to help Ukraine know what it is up against and how to maximize its limited resources in the event of a conflict.
And just to press on that question again, do you in fact think we're doing enough on that front right now? Could we be sharing more? Should we be sharing more?
I don't think we're doing enough. I think we should be sharing more. I think there is more that we can do to help Ukraine prepare that doesn't put at risk any of our intelligence gathering methods or the degree to which we can track Russian military movements. So I think there's a lot more we can do and a lot more that we should do.
All right, thank you, Congressman Schiff. There was a very heated exchange yesterday between Senator McCain and Secretary of State Kerry at a House Budget Committee hearing yesterday. Do you believe that the sanctions we have in place, which Senator McCain was being so critical of, are doing enough? Let's take a listen first.
On the issue of Ukraine, my hero, Teddy Roosevelt, used to say, "Talk softly but carry a big stick." What you're doing is talking strongly and carrying a very small stick. In fact, a twig.
Your friend Teddy Roosevelt also said that the credit belongs to the people who are in the arena who are trying to get things done. And we're trying to get something done. That's a Teddy Roosevelt maxism, and I abide by it.
So again, do you think those current sanctions are doing enough, or is Senator McCain right here?
Well, I do think we need stronger sanctions. The biggest challenge, though, is not getting the U.S. to move forward with bigger sanctions. I think there's a great willingness to do that here. The challenge is getting Europe to move forward with stronger sanctions and stronger implementation of the sanctions we have. And I would add to that, we need to have Europe organized now and ready to embrace sector-wide sanctions on Russia if Russia moves further into Ukraine. But that's a challenge. Europe has a lot more at stake economically than we do. Yet this is in Europe's backyard, and I do think we're at greater risk if we don't show a strong hand in terms of sanctions of inviting further Russian aggression than risking provocation. So I do favor a stronger action to implement the sanctions we have, stronger action on Europe's part in particular, but also a united front and a sector-wide sanction ready to go for their arms sector, their energy sector, their banking sector if Russia further invades Ukraine. I really think that kind of response will be necessary, but it's important to get that lined up now.
And it is very important to note, as you say, that there is always a risk here as we penalize Russia more and more that we could actually provoke more of a response from them. Thank you so much, Congressman Adam Schiff, for that.
You bet. Thank you.
We may come back to you on that story. He's a real leader on this issue and has been on the ground there. All right, well, we're going to be back.